It's finally time for Resident Evil. I had originally considered doing this for Halloween, but I have something very special for you guys for Halloween. Now, the reason it took me so long to get to this is because, well, I hadn't played the game yet. I was like, this is probably going to be a very corny game that's not scary at all with bad controls, and I wasn't wrong. But that is not to say that there isn't any entertainment that can be found in this game. It's very fun in a very, like I said, corny way, and it sort of shows how far survival horror has come. Now, there is a remake which was just remastered, and it's on Steam, and I played a little bit of it, and it is absolutely gorgeous. A+++ remake. But the reason I played this instead of the remake first is because I didn't want to play the better game and then go back to this one, and I also wanted to see what all the fuss was all about when everyone was talking about the really bad Resident Evil voice acting, and trust me, it is bad. It is everything you've ever wanted out of bad voice acting. And another reason I actually finished this game, Resident Evil 3. I finished Resident Evil 3 a little bit before the Resident Evil 2 remake was announced. So I didn't want to play the remake and then go back to Resident Evil 2 on the PlayStation 1, because that would be really jarring. But yes, they are making a Resident Evil 2 remake now, so hopefully it's as good as the remake for the first game. What else before we start? This is the director's cut. It has the auto-lock feature that was missing from the North American release of Resident Evil. And it's just overall better, I guess, better controls and stuff. It's pretty much the same, except see right here, it's the standard, training, advanced, standards, normal, training's easy, advanced is hard mode, but also they switched up some stuff to make it more interesting for players who've already played this game. Advanced has extra costumes, I think, but I don't really care about the extra costumes when the graphics are like this. So, let's get started.
Resident Evil.
And it was called Biohazard in Japan. Don't know why they changed it. What does Resident Evil even mean? Right, you can start as Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine. The only, Jill is in every way better, except Chris Chris has more stamina, but Jill has 8 inventory slots, whereas Chris has 6. Chris doesn't even start with a gun. Jill starts with a gun, and yeah, I highly recommend starting as Jill. I mean, you're gonna want to play both scenarios, because if you don't, you're just getting half the game. But yeah, Jill's a lot easier, so I highly recommend starting with her, because you know, after you play as Jill, you know what items to pick up at what time to not waste inventory space. And then you have to backtrack all the way back to your save room, and that's no fun. I mean, we'll be doing a lot of that anyway, but we won't want to minimize our backtracking as much as we can. 1998, July. Raccoon Forest.
Alpha Team is flying around the forest zone situated in northwest Raccoon City, where we're searching for the helicopter of our compatriots Bravo Team, who disappeared during the middle of our mission.
You haven't found it?
No, I haven't found it yet.
Shut up, Brad. God.
Bizarre murder cases have recently occurred in Raccoon City. There are outlandish reports of families being attacked by a group of about 10 people. Victims were apparently eaten. Bravo Team went to the hideout of the group and disappeared.
Look, Chris!
It was Bravo Team's helicopter. Nobody was in it. But strangely, most of the equipment was still there. However, we soon discovered why.
I love how Wesker is wearing sunglasses even though it's nighttime.
Hey! Come here!
I wonder what that guy's audition was like.
Joseph!
I mean, were they just like, okay, if you can say, ah, then you've got the part.
No! Don't go! Jill, run for that house!
Chris Redfield. Jill Valentine. Barry Burton. Rebecca Chambers.
I have a crush on Rebecca. Look, she's so cute.
Albert Wesker. Resident Evil.
They have escaped into the mansion where they thought it was safe. Yet.
What is this?
Wow. What a mansion!
Captain Wesker, where's Chris?
Stop it! Don't open that door!
But Chris is...
What is it?
Maybe it's Chris. Now, Jill, can you go?
I'm going with you. Chris is our old partner, you know.
Just in
Okay,
case you forgot.
Let me handle this. Stay alert!
A dining room.
Thank you for telling me that it's a dining room. A dusty-looking grandfather clock. Isn't it supposed to say something? Now remember, I have extremely bad memory, even though I just finished this game like a month ago.
What? What is this?
What is it?
Blood. Jill, see if you can find any other clues. I'll be examining this.
It looks like a ditto.
Hope this is not Chris's blood.
Barry is investigating. I want out of this mansion.
Investigate if you hear any gunfire.
Now, the door openings are just loading screens. Nothing is gonna jump out at you until the second game, which is actually a pretty effective scare. I'll explain a little bit about the censorship in a minute. Yeah, no point in fighting that zombie because it's just gonna follow us anyway.
Barry?
What is it?
Watch out! It's a monster!
Let me take care of this. What is it?
Kenneth was killed too. Maybe by this creature.
Maybe?
Anyway, let's report this to Wesker.
No, like, it might have been the thing that was eating him. Hey, Barry.
Wesker! Help me look for him, Jill. And don't leave this hall for the time being.
Alright, just have to make a loop.
Find anything, Jill?
Nothing. What is this all about? I can't figure it out at all.
Beats me, too.
Now it's Wesker's time to disappear. I don't know what's going on.
Well, it can't be helped. Let's search for him separately. I'll check the dining room again.
Okay, I'll try the door on the opposite side.
Splitting up always
This
works.
mansion is gigantic. We could get into trouble if we get lost. We should start from the first floor, okay? And Jill, here's a lockpick. It might be handy if you, the master of unlocking, take it with you.
That is one of many infamous lines.
Thanks. Maybe I'll need it.
Listen, if something happens, let's meet up in this hall. This time, I'll be there.
Ha! Suckers! I'm getting out of here! I guess not. I don't think I'd worry about, like, wasting ammo or anything. 'Cause the gun becomes irrelevant pretty soon. Not irrelevant. What's the word I'm looking for? Well, I mean, it becomes useless. Alright, now the reason I'm playing the PlayStation version, the director's cut. Wait, he's Kenneth from the Stars Bravo team. Now he's become a mere shadow of his former self. I love that. Yeah, yeah, the clips are magazines. The only uncensored English version of this game, it looks like a picture of this mansion, is the PC version, but the PC version is exclusive to Windows 95, and also there is no frame limiter with the game, so it runs as fast as your computer will, could handle. It would run like 100 frames per second when it's only supposed to run at 30. So I'd have to use a program to slow that down, and also I've heard of crashes in the game, and the only upside would be that it's not censored, and also the textures might be a slightly better quality, but it's not worth it. It's really not worth it. I mean, this game looks like crap no matter what you do. A fine grand piano. It's Moonlight Sonata. And then Scissor Man jumps down. No. No, this game doesn't really have any psychological scares. It's not a psychological horror by any means. It's just survival horror. But it's not like there weren't scary games before this. There's Clock Tower The First Fear. That's the only one I can think of that was actually scary. So I'm not gonna hold Resident Evil to the same standards as I would hold that game, because that's a rarity. No, I meant to put in the other one. Something you can do to make sure enemies, if you think an enemy is around, is by just pointing your gun. And if there's no enemies, it'll usually go in front. But like I said, there is an auto lock-on feature in this game. I mean, the controls still suck, but I mean, you gotta take what you can get. You gotta use it to the best of your ability. I might sound like I'm annoyed, but I'm not. I mean, that's the fun of this game. Let's see, what is in there? Will you take the mansion key? Yeah, I guess. And check it. Rotate it around. A carving of a shield. We actually might not use that for a while, so it might go in the bin. There's nothing inside. The text is so slow. I love it. So the Resident Evil games I've played so far is I played this one, and then the second one, and the third one, and I'm halfway through Code Veronica, and I was playing Code Veronica, and I was like, you know what? I feel like doing a Let's Play of the original Resident Evil.